Look at Tita.
When I was a little girl, I would sometimes have these random moments of realization. It would happen in the most unremarkable occasions, a bathroom or the paper towel section of a grocery store. I would stop and I would realize that I cannot go back in life, and that this is the only chance I have to live and to be something more. It sounds crazy, I know, and of course I always knew that, but a certain part of me would always tell the other half that I needed to appreciate the very moment I was living, doing the most unremarkable things. I imagined it like a VCR player. Fast forward, pause, and rewind. I cannot go back in time. Every second that I live is precious. Baby steps, loneliness, awkward phases, and pure bliss. Everything I have done has been done. Nothing can change from here, and I don't quite regret it. I cannot let myself regret something that I will never be able to change, but I can look back and see how it came to all of this. I was born at 3:25 a.m., July 17th, 2002, in a hospital somewhere in the Bronx. The daughter of Edie and Jerry Garcia, the little sister to an older brother. We continued to live in the Bronx until I reached the age of starting school, as my parents thought a more suburban life in Phillipsburg would be ideal for raising two kids.
About my family, I think it's perfect. I have all I want. I have two babies. I have my husband. And I think it's my family.
Throughout my entire life leading up to high school, I was always just known as the quiet kid. My innocence radiated and my shyness consumed me. It's not really a problem to be a quiet, good kid in the eyes of an adult, but it really held me back socially.
I think I'm gonna say you was like kind of shy. You don't talk too much. But you're still sweet girl. And you're a good student. You do pretty good in school and have no problem with that.
Middle school was a huge time of social struggles for me, with two best friends by my side. I closed myself off from others. I had made a name for myself at this point of being a quiet kid, mouth shut, eyes down.
Very shy. You didn't develop as a person yet, and it's a very awkward time. You didn't have that many friends that I knew of. We didn't talk that much then, I think.
No one really thought of me. I simply existed as a wallflower. People didn't know my name, teachers ignored me. I pretended that didn't affect me. I floated through school with good grades and little to say. I shook in front of classrooms giving presentations. During 8th grade, I had a falling out with my closest friend since 4th grade. I felt myself getting tired of the personalities I surrounded myself with. The only thing we had in common was that we didn't have anybody, and that even that couldn't pull us together. Whilst I was in middle school, my older brother Jerry was taking on high school at Warren County Technical School, studying electronics.
I didn't like it at first. I didn't want you to be in the same school as me, but I realize definitely now that it didn't matter. No one connects you or me. You're entirely your own person.
At this point of my life, I realized that I needed to make a change for the betterment of myself. I wasn't happy, and I found that tech would be able to give me a fresh start. I didn't want to reinvent myself. I wanted to express the side of my person that I never allowed myself to express before. My family encouraged me to join my brother at the school. And at the time I didn't realize how important my major at the school would be in relation to my courses. I chose culinary arts as I thought it would be the easiest skill to acquire. I felt excitement towards going to a new school, a better environment filled with different people. I made a mistake. Let me clarify that. My mistake wasn't the choice to go to tech, but the choice of my shop. I didn't necessarily know what I was getting into. All I really knew was that I was accepted into a school where I wouldn't see any of my peers that I had been with since the 1st grade.
I mean, in the first place, I don't like it because you choose the other. You remember which one you choose? I was so happy because I think that's a good one. But now, just I say whatever you make you happy. That's it. So I don't have no problems. Whatever you do. I'm so happy about that. Whatever you like it.
I allowed myself to get excited about this. I was eager to start off on a blank canvas, to give off any impression that I wanted. What I didn't realize is that with this change in my life, I wasn't changing myself with it. I entered the school with no friends, and that's probably my biggest regret. I didn't love any of my middle school pals enough to want them there, but my original shyness seemed to multiply by 100. New people meant new introductions. New friendships weren't easy to make. It was hard for me to reach out to people. I admired them all from afar because there was no one there to open me up. In a shop that I hated, I slowly became saddened by the school. I liked the place and the people, but it didn't quite like me back. That wasn't the complete truth, though, as there was one period a day that I always looked forward to. Gym class. It's a class that I skip nowadays, but it was what led me to someone that could open me up. That person was Katie Coleman. I opened her locker for her on one of the first days of gym class, and slowly but surely, without her even knowing, she opened me up with small talk and jokes. I know she probably doesn't see it in the same way, but it was a monumental moment for me. To find someone that I genuinely enjoyed talking to, I cherished the feeling, and as we became closer friends, I only had more hope to meet people like that. And so I did.
Right outside your front door on my 12 speed. I got your emotions tattooed on my sleeve. I think about you all
Lunch table
the
mates
time
became friends in history
before
class
you
and
knew
electives.
how my life
Conversations that seemingly could never end turned into a group chat. As these relationships grew, I slowly blossomed. I became excited to go to school. I would come home every day anticipating a chat with these friends of mine, or a video shared between us. The only thing I struggled with still was the first few periods of the day, culinary. TV and radio was put into my head as an amazing place. Let it be known that besides the friends I had in that shop, I also knew that I had a shot at being passionate within that field. With no previous experience, I thought back to my creative ideas mostly involving video. There was something within me that I needed to explore. And so I took the leap. Culinary uniform stripped off of me. I entered just as the freshman class of TV began camera work. Tyler and I practiced shots together. Jameson and I made our first video.
I think you made the right one. You chose the shop with your friends, and obviously you have a passion for this. That was untapped and unnoticed for a while. That doesn't mean you're lacking, but you're catching up with your peers every single day.
Sophomore year came and went. Extracurriculars and help and teachers. All of my relationships stayed the same. They were simply older now. I had heard plenty about how hard junior year would be, but I can fortunately state that my junior year was probably my favorite. Freshman year established everything that I have, and at this point I could say it was the most important year socially. But this year I've become my person, the side that I never quite showed before. For the first time I really do feel older. Riding in cars with my best friend, home alone for days, sun coming down with my friends. All I can really conclude is that now I'm here. It's hard to think about what I think of myself, but I can say that overall I am content with where I am. All of the people in my life have shaped me for the better. My parents have taught me to love, my friends have taught me to laugh. I have taught myself who I am, expressing myself, open up my face, come to the other side. I could thank everybody for that.